I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to make this past paper very simple so that everyone can try to understand it. And the good part about mathematics is that once you understand one paper, then that paper will enable you answer another question paper. So even as we revise through this, I'm assuring you that when you just watch this video clearly and attentively, you never fail any question in mathematics. So let us see how we can answer this question paper. This is Mathematics Paper 1 2017. So how can we answer this? It was wrote on 1st of November 2017. This is for the internal candidates. So how can we go about this? So even if you are doing your GCE, this is very important for your revision. So let's make sure that we revise through this. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, let's make sure we subscribe and share this video with others so that we get to benefit together. So let us quickly go into actions. This is the paper that we are going to answer. So we go to question 1. What is question 1 saying? How can you answer question 1? How can you go about question 1? So this is how you are going to answer question 1. It is saying simplify what? 3x minus open bracket y minus 2x cross minus 3x 3y. How can you go about this? The first thing that you need to do is to work out the brackets. That's the first thing you need to do. You deal with the what? You deal with the brackets. So this will maintain. So this one will maintain 3x. It is going to do what? It is going to maintain. Then negative times y. It is negative y. This is what we are going to have. Then you say negative times negative. There you are going to have a positive. So positive what? 2x. That is what you are going to have. Then you say, then minus this last one, which is 3y. This is what you are going to form. Then after you reach here, it is just to group the like terms. So you say that is what? This is 3x. So the like term, it is this one here. So plus what? Plus 2x. This is what you are going to do. Then you say minus y, then minus 3y. These are procedures you are going to follow. Then you just add this to what is 3x plus 2x? It is 5x. Then what is minus? Minus. So whenever you've got same signs, you need to do what? You need to add, then maintain the sign. So the coefficient here, it is 1. So it is just the same as negative 1 minus 3. So when you've got negative 1 minus 3, you add, you say 4. Then you maintain the sign negative. So same concept to apply, negative what? 4y. This is what? This is your answer. So this is how you need to work out that one. So you've answered that one. And all the answers, you need to be writing them there. Like this, you also put your answer here. Like this. So this is just an example. I'm just showing you that when you answer, you put your answer there. But me, I won't be putting them here. So each question that you answer, you put it there. These are part of the rules in an exam. So we move to the other question. We move to question number 2. So how is question number 2? Question number 2 is saying evaluate. How can you evaluate that? How can you evaluate that? So as you can see, this is 81 over 16 in brackets to the power negative 1 over 4. Then plus, open bracket, 81 over 16 cross to the power 0. So first thing you need to do, we need to change that negative to a positive. How do you change that? You say this is, the moment you change a negative there, the 16 goes on top. So you're going to have 16 like that. Then you say over what? 81. This is what you're going to have. Then these will maintain like this. These are going to maintain. Then power 1 over what? Over 4. This is what you are going to have. 1 over 4. Then plus what? Any number raised to the power 0 is equal to what? Any number raised to the power is equal to what? So anything, even if you write 10,000 here, 10,000 to the power 0 is equal to what? Is equal to 1. So even if you say 80 over 6, as long as it is raised to the power 1, that answer is what? It is 1. It is the same concept that I'm using here. So which means that 81 over 16, the power 0, is just equal to what? Just equal to 1. So what does it mean here? The 1 over 4 is to the both sides of these numbers. So this is the same. 16 is raised to the power 1 over 4. 81 is raised to the power 1 over 4. This means that which number can you multiply 4 times to get 16? Then this one also means which number can you multiply 4 times to get 81? Then these two numbers are raised to the power 1 like that. So the number that you are going to find here, which you can multiply 4 times to get what? To get 16. That number should be raised to the power 1. So which number can you multiply 4 times to get 16? Definitely it is a 2. So when you say 2 times, so when you say 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, you are going to get a what? A 16. So which means it is a 2, you just say, this is what you are going to say. So you say what? It is 2 raised to the power 1 over, you move to here. Which number can you multiply 4 times by itself? You get 81. Which number is that? The number is what? Is 3. So you check, if you say 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, you are getting what? 81. So which means that is the number there. You say 3 power 1. Then you say plus what? Plus 1. This is just the same as 2 to the power 1, it is 2, over 3 to the power 1, it is 3. Then plus 1, like this. Then you put here over 1, so that you come up with a common what? Denominator, and you evaluate. So this is what you are going to do. So what is the common denominator here? It is 3. 3 into 3, 1. 1 times 2, it is a 2. You say plus. Then 1 into 3, 3. 3 times 1, it is 3. Then you say this is equal to, what is 2 plus 3? It is what? 5. So I'm going to say 5 over what? 5 over 3. So this is what? This is your answer. You even write it there. 5 over 3. That is your answer. Then you are done with this question. We move to the other question. So we move to the other question. So this question is saying the gradient of the line. Have you seen the gradient of the what? The gradient of the line. The gradient of the gradient of the line joining the points negative 2, 4 and k, negative 2, k, and k, negative 14 is 2. Calculate the value of k. This is the question. How can you calculate the value of k? So the way in which you are going to calculate the value of k is this. You know that you are given what? The keywords here. We've got this word gradient. So how do you find the gradient? We use this formula. Gradient is equal to what? y2 minus y1 over what? Over x2 minus x1. This is the formula we get to use. So where are these coordinates now going to come from? The x1, y1, like that, they are here. So this is your x1, this is your y1. You move there, that k is x2, this is your y2, like that. So you get these values, then you place them here. So the x1 here, this x1, have you seen x1? It is a negative 2 there. So you start with the value which is here. This is gradient. What is your gradient? Your gradient is what? 2. So I'm going to put your gradient there. You say gradient is what? Your gradient is 2, which is equal to. What is your y2? What is your y2? Negative 14. Negative 14. You say minus. What is your y1? K. You put a k there. You say over. Over what? What is your x2? x2, it is k. So k minus. what is your x1? What is your x1? Negative 2. So this negative 2, when it comes here, there is this negative on the formula. So it becomes positive what? Positive 2 like this. Then over 1 there, then you cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, what are you going to have? You are going to have what? 2, open bracket, k plus 2. You say this is now equal to negative 14 minus k. Like this. This is what you're going to form. Don't forget your m. What is your m? Your m is to find the value of what? The value of k. That is your m. Don't forget the m. To find the value of k. So how do you find the value of k? You say 2 times k. It is 2k. 2 times 2, it is 4. Which is equal to negative 14 minus k. What is the next thing after you do that? The next thing is to group the like terms. So the next thing is grouping of the like terms. So how can you group the like terms now? So you're going to say this is what? 2k. So 2k is there. You're going to say 2k. So this is what? Negative k. So when it goes to the other side of the equation, it becomes positive k, which is equal to, I already have this one, which is negative 14. I've got negative what? Negative 14. So negative 14, when this 4 comes this other side, it becomes negative. It is positive here. So when it goes to the other side of the equation, it becomes what? Negative like that. Then 2k plus k, it is what? It is 3k, which is equal to, what is negative 14 minus 4? It is negative what? 18, like that. Then over what? You divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 3. This cancelled. Remain with k. K is equal to, what is 3 into 18? Negative 18. It is negative what? 6. That is your what? That is your value. That's how you need to calculate that one. So these are procedures that you need to get for you to come up with that answer. So let us move to the other question. We move to the other question. So let us move to the other question. This is the question which we are given. So this is the question we want to answer. It is saying factorize. Hope you are able to see. It is saying factorize. How can you factorize such an expression? You check which number can go this side and this other side. There is none. Have you seen there is no number there? But which letter is common? A is common. So I'm going to start with A. A is what? A is common. Which other letter is common? Y. We've got y squared, y, and y cubed. There is just a y here and the cube there. X is squared. Here we don't have x, so we forget about the x. Y cubed. So I'm going to get the y. I'm just going to get the y. Then I say open bracket. So if I remove a and y here, what am I going to mean with? I'm going to mean with x squared like this. I'm going to mean with x squared. I say minus. When a, I remove a. A is cancelled. Y, I've got y cubed. So y cubed divided by y, it is y squared. So I'm going to have 4 and y squared. Like this is what I'm going to remain with. So when I check what is in the brackets here, this is difference of what? Difference of 2 squares. So how do I go about that one? I say this is what? Ay, then open bracket. That is x squared minus, what is the square root of 4? It is 2 squared. Then y squared. I do that. Then the last step that I'm going to do, this is where I'm going to say, this is what? This is ay. Then I'm going to put these brackets. I do this. Then I say x minus 2y. Then I say x plus. Here I do plus 2y. Cross. Then I put those same brackets. So this is my what? This is my answer. That's how I need to answer that one. So that's how you need to go about that question. These are procedures that you need to understand and follow. We move to the other question. We move to question number 5. Question number 5. How is question number 5? So this is the question number 5. Question 5 is saying what? The points P and Q have coordinates 2, 4 and 3, -3, 1 respectively. Express PQ as a column vector. This is the question. Express what? Express PQ as a column vector. So how can you express PQ as a column vector? So you know, this is the formula that you need to know. Whenever you want to find that one, we use this formula. You want to find PQ. So I'm showing you easiest way of going about this question. You just say, okay, they want PQ. So it is just the same as Q minus what? Minus P. This is the formula that you need to use. So each time you are given such a question, maybe you are given A is equal to something, B is equal to something. Then you are told to find AB. How can you find that one? AB is equal to B minus A. So even here, what we are going to do, they are telling us to express the answer in a what? In a column vector. So how can you express your answer in a column vector? What you are going to do is this. You are going to say this is PQ, vector PQ is equal to. So they are saying P and Q have coordinates respectively. So meaning this one is for what? This one is for P, this one is for Q. So what you are going to do is that you are going to say column vector, you put them like this. This is how you are going to put them. You put them like this, where you say what is your P and Q. What is your Q? You start with Q. Q is what? That one. -3 and the 1 there. You do this. Then you say minus. Minus what? P. What is your P? 2 and 4. This is what you are going to do. So this is what you need to do. Then you just follow the same procedure. Just say PQ is equal to, this is what you're going to do. Then you say -3. Have you seen -3 minus 2? -3 minus 2. 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4, like this. So what is your answer? What answer are you going to get there? You are going to get what? -5. Then 1 minus 4, you get -3, like that. So we've expressed your answer in a what? In a column vector. So that's how you need to answer that one. So you are done with that question. You move to the other question. Hope you are able to understand. So don't forget to like the video and comment so that I see how this lesson is helping you understand mathematics. So we move to the other questions. So move to question number 6. This is question number 6. So how can you answer question number 6? Question number 6, it is saying, so this one is a bit simple. So how is this question saying? The question is saying, this is how the question is. The question is saying, shed B complement intersection A intersection C. So B complement is that they don't want to what is in what is in B. They don't want what is in B. This part they don't want it. We don't want that part. But we want what? We want A. This same part should intersect with A union A intersection C. A intersection C here. So the part which is remaining is this part here. This is the only part which is remaining. This part here. This is the only part which is remaining. So that's the part that you need to shed. They said B complement. They don't want what is in B. And what they don't want what is in B, but it should intersect with A intersection C. This part, A intersection C, we should not shade that part because it is saying B complement. That's it. B should be avoided. So that's how you need to go about that one. We move to question number 7. We move to question number 7. How can you go about question number 7? How can you answer it? So the first question it is saying find a to the power t. A to the power t is a transpose. So it's just the same as you are told to find it is the transpose of a. So transpose of a is equal to what? Where is your a? Your a is here. This is your a. So they want you to find the transpose of this. How do you find the transpose? You change the laws. You know the laws. These are the laws like this. So the laws will become columns. So this is 3, 2, 1. It will become a column like this. A column, it will become a column like that. So 3, 2, 1 like that. Then 4, 3, 0. You change them like this. So this is the what? This is the answer. We just change them. This row becomes a column and this row will become a column. Then you are done. So that's how you need to answer that one. I move to this other question. So this other question is saying, this is what? AB as a single matrix. So I express AB as a single matrix. So how can I express AB as a single matrix? What is my A? This is my A. My A is what? My A is 3, 2, 1. Then 4, 3, 0. This is my A. Being multiplied by what? It is being multiplied by the B here, which is what? 1, 3, 0. 2, 2, 1. Then I've got 3, 1, 0. This is what I'm having. So how can you express these two as a single matrix? So what I told you in my videos that I've done was that you get to multiply this row and that column. This is how we'll be going. This row and that column. So I'm where on top. So all the numbers will be on top. So this one will go with that one. The 2 will go with the 3. The 1 will go with a 0 there. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say 3 times 1. 3 times 1, it is 3. So 3 plus. I'm going to do that. 2 times 3, 6. Plus 1 times 0, it is 0. I'm done with this one. So this same row, I go with this other column, the middle one. So I'm going to say 3 times 2. 3 times 2, 6. Plus 2 times 2, 4. Plus 1 times 1, it is 1. This is what I'm going to do. Then this same one, I'll go with the last one. So I'm going to say 3 times 3, it is 9. So 9 plus, I always put plus. Then I say 2 times 1, it is 2. Plus 1 times 0, it is a 0 there. So I put a 0 there. I continue, so I will now go down here. I'm going down now. This one will go that one. This one, that one. This one, that one. Even me do just like that. So I've gone down, so even here I need to write it down here. So what am I going to do? 4 times 1, it is 4. Plus 3 times 3, it is 9. Plus 0 times 0, it is 0. I'm done with this part. I move to the middle part. So 4 times 2, it is 8. Have you seen? It is 8. 3 times 2, it is 6. Plus 0 times 1, it is 0. Put a 0 there. I continue this same one and the last one there. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say 4 times 3. 4 times 3, 12. So I'm going to say 12 plus 3 times 1, it is 3. Plus 0 times 0, it is 0. Then I cross like this. This is what I'm going to do. Have you seen like this? Then I just say, finally now, AB. When I multiply AB, what answer am I going to get now? If I multiply AB. So, which means that I get to add these values that I've written here. These are the values that I'm going to get. So, just need to add those values. just need to add them. So what is 6? What is 3 plus 6 plus 0? You're going to get a 9 there. So we've got a 9. Here you've got, this is 10, 11. We've got 11 there. Even here we've got 11. Here, what answer are you getting? 13. 9 plus 4, it is 13. Here, what answer are you getting when you add those two? What answer are you getting? 8 plus 6, that is a 14. So make sure you are following through. You are able to understand all the procedures that I'm doing here. Then you go here. This is 15. Just add those. Get 15. So this is what? This is your answer. That's how you need to answer that one. So those are the procedures that you need to get. So let's make sure that we understand this, we get the concept. Let us move to the other question now. We move to the other question. So let us move to the other question. This is the question that we are having. So the first question, for the sequence 25, 22, 19, 16. This is how the sequence is. So it is saying, first question, find the formula for the nth term. So you want to find the formula for the what? Nth term. How can you find the formula for the nth term? So finding the formula for the nth term, you are going to use the same formula that we know, that is for the nth term. So formulas for the nth term, this is how we get to do them. We say Tn is equal to A plus, you say n minus 1 cross than a d here. Have you seen the way I'm doing? This is how you need to do them. This is how you need to get. This is the formula. So this is arithmetic progression which comes in paper 1. So you need to know the formula here. So now you just substitute now. So they want you to find the nth term. You are not solving for anything. So just find the nth term. You say, okay, the nth term is equal to, what is your first term? Your first term in that is what? 25. Plus, you say n minus 1 cross. What is your common difference? When you're finding the common difference, you're going to say, we say T2 minus T1. This is the formula that we get to use. T2 minus T1. It is equal to what? So it is equal to what? T2, it is this one. 22 minus 25. So 22 minus 25. You get negative 3. So negative 3 is the common difference. So you put negative 3 here, like this. Where you say Tn is equal to, so you're going to get 25 there. Negative 3 times n is negative 3n. Negative 3 times negative 1, it is positive 3. This is what you're going to get. Then you say Tn is equal to 25 plus 3, it is 28 minus 3n. So this is your what? This is your answer. This is how you need to answer that one. So we move to the other question now. We move to the other question. The sum of the first 20 terms. So what is the sum of the first 20 terms? You write the formula now. You say, okay, the formula that I'm going to use, what's the formula? The formula is like this. This is the formula. N over like this. Then you say Ta plus n minus 1 cross d like this. This is the formula that I get to use. So I'm told to find the sum of the first 20 terms. So sum of the first 20 terms. I know that n, what is my n? My n is what? Sum of the first 20. So it is 20. What is my a? My a is what? My a is 25. What is my common difference? Common difference is what? Negative 3. So I'm going to substitute these values in there so that I find the answer. So I'm going to say S20 is equal to, n is 20, have you seen, over 2. Then I say 2 times A. What is A? A is 25 plus. Then what is my N? It is 20 minus 1. Common difference -3. I do that. This is what I'm going to do. So I continue where I say S20 is equal to, this is 10. I'm going to put a 10 there. So I'm going to do this. Here I'm going to get what? 50. When I multiply by 2, I'm going to get 50. So here, 20 minus 1, it is what? It is 19. 19 times -3 that is there, times -3. What answer are you getting? Negative what? Negative 57. So negative 57 times the positive here, it will still maintain negative 57 like this. So I do this. Which means that my final answer will now be what? I say this will now be equal to, I've got a 10 here. So if I multiply here, I'm going to get negative what? Negative 7. So 50 minus 57, it is negative what? Negative 7. So S20 is equal to, when you multiply here, you're going to get negative what? Negative 70. So that is your what? That is your answer. Just need to substitute and work out things. So that's how you answer that one. That's how you also need to answer it. You just need to answer it just like that. Let us move to the other question. I move to question 9. This is my question 9. So question 9 is falling under which topic? Question 9 is falling under which topic? This is earth geometry. So it is falling under earth geometry. This is earth geometry. So this is a question which is under earth geometry. How can we go about this question? How can we answer it? So it is saying town L is on this. Have you seen? And K is on that, as shown in the diagram below. In the diagram, this diagram like this. It is saying if a radio quiz is scheduled to start at 12 hours at L. So if it is scheduled to start at 12 hours at L there. So at what? 12 hours. I'm going to do this. 12 hours at L there. Find the time at which the people at K will be listening to the quiz. So I find the time at which the people at K here will be listening to the same quiz. So now what you need to know is, whenever you've got, whenever we are talking about time, here we've got the west, there it is the west. Here it is the east. So time increases. Time is increasing as it is going toward the what? Time is increasing. So what you need to understand is that time increases as it is going towards the east. So east side, the time will do what? Increase. The time is going to increase. So the time here, if it is 12 hours, so the time there, I should expect it to be more than 12 hours because time increases. So what am I supposed to do? I find the difference in longitudes. So I just need to find the difference in longitudes. This is what I'm going to do. I find the difference in what? The difference in longitudes. So how can I find the difference in longitudes? I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, I've got this L is on 30 west. I've got K. K is on what? K is on east. So different directions. What am I supposed to do? Different direction you add. So what is 60 plus 30? It is what? 90. 90 over what? 15. What are you going to get? 90 divided by 15. So when you divide here, what are you going to get? You are going to get what? You are going to get a 6. So it is what? You are going to say this is equal to 6 hours. This is equal to 6 hours. So you know that why have I divided by 15? I know that 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. Have you seen? Then 15 degrees is equal to what? 1 hour. So that's the reason why I divided by 15, so that I find the number of hours. Since I found the number of hours to be 6 hours, then you know that this term should be ahead of that. So you say 12 hours. This is what you're going to say. You just say 12 hours plus what? Plus the 6 hours that is there. Plus the 6 hours. What are you going to get? You're going to get what? 18 hours. So 18 hours is your what? 18 hours is your answer. So the people at K will be listening to the same quiz at 18 hours. This is how you need to answer it. Your answer is what? 18 hours. So this is your answer, 18 hours. So 12 plus 6, it is 18. So just 18 hours like that. You answer it. You answer this question. Then I move to the other question. What is the distance between L and K in kilometers? What is the what? What is the distance? So I need to calculate now the distance between L and K. How can I calculate this distance? How can I go about this one? How can I calculate the distance? I use the formula. So we know that the formula for these are in what? These are in latitudes. So calculating the distance in latitudes, what do we do? So the distance in latitudes, okay, this is the latitude. But you check the degrees there. What's the degree there? 0 degrees. Then you know that amongst the lines of the latitude, only the equator is compared to the radius of those lines which are in the longitudes. Which means that the equator has got the same radius to any longitude like this one. Have you seen this? E and this, they are just the same. Because this one, it is the equator. So we are going to use the formula we use when we want to calculate distance in longitudes, because we are dealing with the equator. So it is what you say, theta over 360. This is what we say. Then times what? 2 pi r. This is the formula that we use. This is the formula that we are going to use. So we are going to use this formula to calculate. This is the formula we are going to use to calculate. So you say, okay, the difference there, it's the same difference that we calculated there. It was what? 90. I said that if they are on the opposite direction, you add them. So we are just going to add. So when you add there, what answer are you getting? So you say this is now equal to 90 over what? 90 over 360 times 2 times the pi. You are told that use this pi. The pi is 22 over 7 times, have you seen, times the radius we are given here, you are given. So it is what? 6370. This is the radius you are going to use. If it was in nautical miles, we say 34, 37. If it was in nautical miles, this is the radius of the earth in nautical miles. Then you say this is the same as what? This is the same as what? 90 there, it is 1. 90 into that one, it is 4. Have you seen the way I'm cancelling out this? This is how you need to work out these calculations that I'm doing. So make sure you get everything here. You understand everything that I'm trying to say here. So I've started cancelling. What is if I say 6370, if I divide by 7, what am I going to get? So here it is 1. There, what am I going to get? I'm going to get 9, 10. This is the value I'm going to get. Have you seen the way I've cancelled out this? This is how you need to cancel them. So now I've got this one here. So I say 2 there. It is what? It is 2. 2 there. It is 11. This is how I've cancelled them. Then 2 here and 2 here will be cancelled. So I'm going to have what? I've just remained with 11 times what? Times 9, 10. This is the answer that I've just remained. So that is the answer that you've just remained with. Then if you multiply here, when you multiply, the answer that you are going to get will be what? This will be your answer. When you do the calculations, this is the answer. Now 11 times 9, 10, you are going to get this. So this was the what? This was the distance. So just need to do these calculations. You are not allowed to use a calculator. So all these calculations, you are supposed to do them properly on your own. So this is how we needed to answer that question. This is how you answer this question. Let us now move to the other question. Let us move to the other question. We are done with this. Move to the other question. So we go to the other question. This is the question that we will be talking about. So this is question 10. How is question 10 saying? The question is saying, so how is this question? The question is the probability that Chakupareza will go for remedial lessons. For remedial lesson on a particular day is 7/10. What is the probability that she will not go for her remedial lessons on that particular day? So you are given this probability. I've always been saying that the total probability of two events happening, it is 1. So which means that for us to find the probability of this person not going, we just need to say 1. I know that the probability of event happening, it is 1. So I say 1 minus the probability given, which is what? 7 over what? Over 10. That is how I need to find it. So just say 1 minus 7 over 10. So each time you are given one probability, then you are told to find the other probability. You just use this same formula where you say 1 minus 7 over 10. This is what you are going to do. These are procedures that you need to use. So now you say, what will be your answer there when you find there? What will be your answer? So you work out, you find the common denominator, your lowest common denominator, the same way that you've been solving this. So if you check here, you say, okay, over 1 here, common denominator, it is 10. This into that, it is 10. 10 times 1, it is 10 minus. 10 into 10, 1. 1 times 7, 7, which is equal to 10 minus 7, it is 3. Over what? Over 10. That is your answer. That's how you need to solve that one. Have you seen the way I've solved it? That's how you need to solve it, as simple as that. That's how that one should be solved. I move to the other part. I move to the other question. So I go to this one. Have you seen the way this question is? Solve the equation. How can you solve this equation? Solve the equation. How can you solve that equation? How can you solve it? How can you solve it? So you express this in a standard form. So this is what? This is 10 to the power what? So it is what? 10. This is 10. You say 10 to the power x is equal to, you express this, you say, okay, in standard form, you start from where the point is 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you seen 4? So you've moved how many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there is a 1 here. So it's just the same as 1 times 10 to the power negative 4, because the zeros here. Have you seen the zeros were there? So I put a negative. This is just the same as 10 to the power x is equal to, the 1 disappears, just the same as 10 to the power negative 4. Then these two are going to equate. These two are going to equate. So when they equate, you're going to form x is equal to what? Negative 4. These are your answers. So x is equal to what? Negative 4. So the language that we are used, we like saying that these two are going to cancel out. But the mathematical language, we say they are going to equate. When they equate, which means that we just get the powers because they're having the same base, which is 10, 10. So they are going to do what? They are going to equate. So that's how you need to answer that one. So that's how you solve that one. We move to the other question. We move to the other question. This is question 11. Question 11. So how can we go about question 11? How can we answer it. So question 11 is saying, given that E is equal to this, you are given 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. A, you are given 4, 8, 12. Then B, you are given E, this is the universal set. B, you are given 2, 10, 12. List. So what are you told to list now? This is what you are told to list. You are told to list A, complement, intersection B. How can you list those? So A complement, what do they mean? So A complement, what they mean is that elements which are not in what? A. So these elements, you remove the elements in A, you consider the universal set. So in the universal set, try to remove 4, remove the 4, remove the 8 and the 12. What numbers are you going to remain with? You are going to remain with 2, you are going to remain with a 6 there, you are going to remain with a 6, you are going to remain with a 10. These are what you are going to remain with. So this is what? This is A complement. So if you were told to find A complement, this is what you need to do. Now they are saying this same set should intersect with the B. The B is 2, 10 and 12. This is how the B is. So now which two elements are common? Which elements are common? Which elements are found in these two sets? So it is only what? A 2 is here and a 2 here is there. So we put a 2. Which other one? 10. 10 is on the both sides. So this is your answer. This is how you need to find it. So you say this is A complement, it is 2, 6, 10. Intersection, it is intersecting with a B here, which is the B is here. 2, 10, 12. 2, 10, 12 like that. Then you get elements that are being found on the both sets. These are the elements, which is 2 and 10. This is how you get to answer it. That's how you need to answer that one. Then I move to this one. I move to this one. How can I calculate this one? So what is the question? What is the question saying here? I move to this one. It is saying calculate the area of the sector. So I want to calculate the area of this sector. The area of this sector. So I need to know the formula that I use. What is the formula for the area of a sector? Area is equal to, you say, pi over 360 times pi r squared. This is what we normally use. This is the formula for the area of a sector. Where I'm going to now substitute, where I'm going to say this is equal to, what is the angle there? What is the angle? Which angle am I going to use? So what angle am I supposed to use? You just substitute now the values which you are given using the same formula. So what is your theta there? 270. You are given your 270 there. Over what? Over 360 times, you say times what? Times pi, you are given your pi 22 over 7. Times the radius, it is 7. 7 times 7, it is saying radius squared. So for easy calculation, this is what I'm going to do. So these are procedures that I'm going to do. So where I say the area of this sector is now equal to, it is equal to what? So the area of this sector is equal to what? I say, okay, what if I say this 7 and that 7 will cancel out? I know that. Then the other thing is that what if I say 90 into 270? So when you say 270, divide by 90, what are you getting? You are getting a 3. So 90 there, it is 3. 90 there, it is 4. Have you seen? This is what I've remained with. So this times what? 22 times 7. This is what I've remained with. So this is the value that I've remained with. Then I say 2 there, it is 2. 2 there, it is what? 11, which is equal to. So I say this is now equal to what? What is 3 times 11? What is 3 times 11? What answer am I going to get? I'm going to get a 33. 33 times 7. So when you say 33 times 7, you are going to get what? What are you going to get? You are going to get a 231. Then you say over 2. So you start now dividing. So you say 2 into 23. Have you seen 2 into, if you want, you can start with this one. 2 into 2, it is 1. 2 into 3, it is what? It is 1. You're going to say 1. Remainder what? Remainder 1. This one becomes 11. 2 into 11, it is 5. Remainder what? Remainder 1. This is what you're going to do. Then 2 into 1, it can't. You put a point there. Then you put a 0 there. 2 into 10, it is 5. Just a 5. Then the units are what? Kilometers squared. These are the units. Then you are done. So these are procedures you need to put into consideration whenever you are answering such a question in an exam. Let's make sure that we keep all this information that I'm telling you. We are able to put this into practice. We are able to revise them. So now let us move to the other question. Let us move to the other question. Hope you are enjoying this. Hope you are really enjoying. Question number 12 is under functions. Question number 12 is under functions. This is good. We are just from doing functions. So we are able to answer these questions. We are just from doing functions. So how can you answer these questions? So I've got the first one. I will go with the first one. I'll start with the first one. So the first one. How is the first one? I'm told to find G inverse of what? Of x. I want to find the G inverse of x. So where is the G function? G itself is what? The G itself is what? 5x minus 1. That is the what? The G. Then where there is G of x, I put y. So y is equal to 5x minus 1. This is what I'm going to do. So when I do this, what is the next thing? The next thing is to make x the subject of the formula. The x which is here, I make it the subject of the formula. Meaning this one will go this other side. I'm going to have y plus 1 is equal to what? Is equal to 5x. I divide both sides by 5. I also divide here by 5. That cancelled. So what am I going to have? I'm going to have x is equal to y plus 1 over what? Over 5. This is the answer I'm going to have. Then I just say, therefore, G inverse of x is equal to. So is equal to, where there is y now there, I'm going to put x. So I'm going to say x plus 1 over what? Over 5 that is there. Then I'm done. So this is what I need to do. So I'm done with that question. That's how you need to solve it. So I found the what? The inverse of G. That's how you need to find the inverse of G. I move to question B. So question B, how is question B? So I'm going to write it here. Question B, I'm going to write it here. I'm taught to find what? Fg of x. These are called what? These are called composite functions. So these are called composite functions. These are called composite functions where you are told to combine two functions. So we are just combining two functions. So these are called composite functions. So how can you go about that one? You start with the function which is given, which is f. So I'm going to say f of x is equal to, where is f of x? 2x plus 1. That is f of x. Then they have included the g here. So it becomes fg of x is equal to, where there is x here, just here where there is x, that's where I'm going to put this function. So I'm going to say 2, then open bracket. I put that function here where there is x. I've removed x. I've put 5x minus 1, close. Then I say plus what? Plus 1. Plus 1 that is here, plus 1, plus 1. I do that. I continue from here where I'm going to say fg of x is equal to 2 times 5x, it is 10x. 2 times 1, it is negative 2, plus 1. Have you seen? Then finally, fg of x is equal to 10x. Then what is the answer there? Negative 2 plus 1. What are you going to find? What are you going to find? It is negative what? Negative 1. So this is your answer. This is how you need to go about this one. Just like this, you've answered this one. Your answer is what? 10x. So 10x minus 1. That's how you need to answer it. That's how you need to answer this question. Then I move to the last one. So the last one is very simple, because they are saying what? Fg of negative 3. So the question I'm going to ask you, do you have fg of x? So that where there is x, you put negative 3. The answer is yes. The function is here. So this is the function that I'm going to use. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to say, okay, third one there. Say fg of x. It is what? Fg of x. Fg of x, it is what? It is 10x. 10x minus 1. It is like that. Then I say, okay, fg of negative 3. Where there is x, I put negative 3. So it's going to be 10 times negative 3 minus 1. Where I'm going to say that fg of negative 3 is equal to. So what is 10 times negative 3? It's negative what? Negative 30 minus 1. You do that. Finally, the answer that you're going to get, so fg of negative 3. Finally, what is negative 30 minus 1? What is negative 30 minus 1? It is negative 31. This is what you are going to do. So this is what? This is your answer. That's how you need to answer it. These are procedures that you need to get. So for you to answer this one, you need to find the function here. This is the function we are going to use for us to find this one. So these are steps that you need to do. These are steps that you need to get. I move to the other one. I move to this question. This is the question that I'm told. So in this question is falling under transformation. So this is the question number 13. So this is our number 13. We are on this question. So this is the way the question is. The question is saying, so hope you are able to see the question. The question is saying, the kite in the diagram in the answer space has coordinates 0, 0, 2, 1, 5, 0, and 2, negative 1. Draw the image of the kite after a reflection in the line y is equal to x. So in the line y is equal to x, they are talking about this line like that. The line that is passing there, equal. I've seen here, there, is passing there. Have you seen like this? See, passing. So the line is passing there. That's where the line is passing. So a reflection in this line. How is this reflection going to be? So you know that, okay, here when you 1, 2. So when I count 1, 2, so here where there is 2, here where there is 2. So 1, from here I move here, I put a coordinate there. I also move a 1 step there. Have you seen like this? This is how it is going to move. Then from here, from 2, 1, 2, 3. Have you seen? 1, 2, 3. So this is from here, 1, 2, 3. I put a 5 there. Then I just join these. So I join this one goes there. This one goes there. Then this one there like that. This one there like that. Have you seen the way they are? So this is the what? This is now a reflection. This is how you need to do it. This is a reflection. So it is on this line. Have you seen? So whenever it is on the x-axis. When I reflect it, it is going to be formed on this axis. The same way that I've done it, that's how you need to do it. That's how you need to answer such a question. So this is how we need to answer it. So if you can see, the same way this one is, that's the same way this other one is. They are just the what? They are just the same. In size, everything is the same about them. That's how you need to do it. I move to 13b. I move now to 13b. So 13b is this one. How is the question saying? The question is saying differentiate. I want to do what? I want to differentiate. How can I differentiate? How can you differentiate? So we use the formula where we say dy dx is equal to nax. This is the formula that we use under differentiation. This is the formula. So where n is the what? N is the power, a is the coefficient, x is the variable, n is the power. So what we are saying is that we are multiplying power times coefficient. So getting the equation which is there, what I'm actually saying is that dy dx is equal to, so I'm saying 3 times 1 over 3. This is what I'm doing. 3 times what? Times 1 over 3. The x comes there, then it is raised to the power 3, then I say minus 1. I continue here, I say 2 times 5. So there is a negative there. So 2 times 5, this is what I'm going to do. X raised to the power what? 2 minus 1. Then I say, this one is what? This one is 1. 1 times negative 2. It's negative 2x to the power 1 minus 1. That is the answer that I'm going to form. Then I say this is now equal to. This is equal to what? 3 cancelled here. I'm going to have x what? X squared minus 2 times 5, 10x. Then power 1. Then minus 2. This is my answer. You are asking yourself, how did I come up with this? Here you are going to have what? You are going to have 2x power 0. When starting I said, anything raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So anything raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So this is just the same as 2. So the answer here, we're just going to get what? A 2. That's how we need to do it. So this is our answer, dy dx. That's how you need to answer it. So that is how that one needs to be answered. So we've answered that one. That's how we need to answer it. That's how we need to answer that question. So let us move to the other part. We move to the other part. Let us move to the other part. We move to bearings. So hope you are able to see the question. So this is under bearings. We are on bearings now. So how can you answer this question under bearings? How can you go about them? Two boats, X and Y, leaves port T at the same time. X travels on the bearing of 159, and Y travels along a bearing of 215 as shown in the diagram below. After some time, X and Y are the points such that angle PYX is equal to 41. Then you are told to find the first question, find the bearing of X from Y. This is the first question. You want to find the bearing of X from Y. How can you find the bearing of X from Y? How can we find such a bearing of X from Y? So from Y, you are starting from Y. Where is your Y? Your Y is here. So this is where you're going to put a north. You do that, you put a north. So that's where we're going to put a north, like that. Then we find what do we want to find? The bearing of X from Y. So the bearings get to move in a clockwise direction. So here, this is y until you meet x here. So this is what you want to find from here to there. This is what you want. So how can you find that one? You are going to find the angle which is there. So once you find the angle which is there, then you know that these two sides, this one and that one, should add up to 180. It is very easy when you are given that one. You are told that that is what? 215. So what you are going to do is that you are going to say 360 minus 215. That's how you are going to do it. You are going to say that the answer there, the answer that you are going to get, what will be your answer? So there, when you say 360 minus, you want to find the answer that is there. So you know that if you do this, you do this, you do this, you do that. You say 360 minus what is given. So what is given there, it is 215. You are given from there, when it moves like this up to there, it is what? 215. So 360 minus 215, what answer are you getting? 145. So here there is what? 145. We've got a what? A 145. Then you know definitely for you to find the one which is here, you say 180 minus 145, then you found that one that is there. So what is the answer there when you find? You are going to find what? You are going to find the answer that you are going to get. It is 35. When you say 180 minus 145, you are going to get 35. So here we've got 35. Since we want to find the angle from here to there, a combination of these two. So when you add 130, when you add 35 plus 41, what are you getting? 35 plus 41. What are you getting? 76. Meaning the answer which is there is what? 76. So the bearing of 76 degrees. Or we normally write bearings to three digits. So where you are going to say it's 0, 76 degrees, just one and the same. So even when you write it in this way, or this other way, they are still going to mark you because they know that we are that's how many people get to write. So majority gets to write it like this. So it is very easy. This is what 76. You've answered. You move to the other question. What's the other question saying? Bearing of P from X. So the bearing of what? P from X. The bearing of P from X. Where is your X? Your X is there. This is where your X is. Your X is here. You put a north. So you put a north there. So the bearing of P from X. So you're going to move from here. This is where X is. From X, P from X. So start from X, you move like this till you meet P. So where is P? There. This is the bearing you want to find. So that's the bearing that we need to find. So now, you know that here you are given 159. So just say 180 minus 159, you find what is there. So you say 180, just say 180 minus 159. What value are you going to get? So here you are going to have a what? Here you are going to have a 180 minus, so you are going to have 21. This is your answer, 21. So from a complete turn, just remove a 21, then that's the bearing. So this one will be equal to, you just say 360 minus the 21. What answer are you going to get? When you say 360 minus 21, what answer are you going to get? You are going to get 339. This is the answer that you are going to get. Then put the degrees there. So that's how you need to go about that one. That's how you need to answer it. So these are the answers that were needed. These are the answers that you need to solve. We move to question 15. We move to question 15. So how can we answer question 15? How can we go about question 15? How can you answer question 15? Misozi and Filamba estimated the length of a line to be 9 centimeters and 10 centimeters respectively. If the true length of the line was 9.6 centimeters, find Misozi's absolute error. Have you seen? So we want to find Misozi's absolute what? Absolute error. How do you find the absolute error when the actual one was given? So the actual was given here. So you say, okay, you are going to say he recorded 9. So you put this like this so that you avoid a negative answer. So 9 minus 9.6. This is what we are going to do. 9.6. Put this. So what is the answer there? Showing you cannot get a negative answer. So you're going to get what? 0, negative 0.6. You do this. So what is the answer there? These are telling you that any number that you're going to find here, whether it is negative or positive, all answer should come out positive, or the answer should come out positive. So here you're just going to get what? Like 0.6. So that is the what? That is the answer for that one. That is Misozi's absolute error. So the absolute error that he made, the actual one was this one, but he measured 9 centimeters. So when you subtract the two, that is the error that this person made. Then on the other question here, we are taught to find what? We are taught to find Filamba's percentage error. That is what we are taught to find. We are taught to find Filamba's percentage error. So how can we find the percentage error for this person? What we are going to do is this. So this is what I'm going to do. So I know the formula is what? The formula is absolute error. So this is what you're going to say. Absolute error over true measurement. So I'm just writing the formula here. Over true measurement times what? Times 100%. So this is the formula you're going to do. What is the absolute error? You say this person measured 10. So 10 minus 9.6. This is this person's absolute error. So you say 10 minus the actual one, which was there, which is 9.6. You are going to get 0.4 over true measurement. What was the true measurement? 9.6. Then you say times what? Times 100%. This is what you are going to do. These are the calculations you are going to put into consideration. Have you seen? This is what you need to do. This is what you have to understand. So you just need to understand this part clearly. Just need to understand this. You know all the concepts that are being used. So you say, what is 0.4 times 100? You are going to get a 40 there. So you say 40 over 9.6. So 40 there would be 40% like this. So when this one, you divide this into that, what answer are you going to get when you divide there? So when you divide there, 40 divide 9.6, what answer are you going to get? You're going to get 4.2. Then just put the percentage there. This is your what? This is your answer, which is 4.2 degrees. So these are the this is Filamba's percentage error. So these are the calculations you need to do. This is what you need to follow. Make sure you understand this. You get all the strategies on how to work out questions, on how to deal with the questions. Make sure you get all these principles that I'm telling you. Let us move to the other question. We move to the other question. Let us move to the other question. Wow, we've got this question. This question is under what? This question is under variation. So this is falling under variation. Question number 16. So it is falling under variation. So how can I go about this one? Given, it is saying t is equal to k v squared. So the first question it is saying, use the information given in the table to find the value of k. So use the information which is given in the table. So you say t is equal to, so t is equal to k v squared, like this. The k that we are taught to find is called the constant of variation. So now you say, how can you find the k here? How can you find the k? So what is your t? You look at the table where you are given both values of t and v. So t for v1. So you cannot get this one, then get that one. You get the values which are corresponding. So t is 4. Say 4 is equal to, so 4 is equal to, k is the one you want to find. V, it is 1. So 1 squared, like that. Where you are going to say that 4 is equal to 1 times, this is 1, times k, it is k. So therefore, k is equal to what? K is equal to what? 4. You've calculated just like that. Because 1 squared, it is 1. 1 times k, it is k. So k is equal to 4. So that's how you answer that one. You move to the other question here. So you move to, let us move to B. So we move to B. How can we answer B? So we're having a equation now. T is equal to, where there is k there, I put 4. 4v squared. This is what I'm going to, this is the equation now that I'll be using. So I'm taught to find the value of A. Where is A? A is here. A is in the what? A is in the what? Where there is t. So where there is t, I'm going to put a. Then where there is v, I'm going to put 5. So where there is t, I put what? A. So it is a is equal to 4 times v. V is what? 5. So 5v squared. This is equal to, what is 4? This is 4 times 5v squared, it is 25. I do that. So which means that a is equal to what? 100 if I multiply there. So the value of a is equal to what? 100. That's how you need to do it. Those are the procedures that you need to do. I move to C. C, I'm taught to find the value of what? On C, I'm taught to find the value of B. Where is B? B is there. So I'll be using the same equation. T is equal to kv squared. So this is the same equation that I'll be using. So I'll be using this same equation. So I'm taught to find what? B. So where there is V, I put B. Where there is T, I put 36. So where there is T, I put 36. Here I know that the K is 4. Then where there is V, I put B. So it's going to be B squared, like that. Where there is just V here, I put the B. So here I put B. So it's going to be B squared. I divide both sides by 4. I divide both sides by 4. This cancelled. So I'm going to have B squared is equal to, B squared is equal to what? 36 divided by 4. It is 9. I introduce the square root. I introduce the square root here. So it means B is equal to, what is the square root of 3? Square root of 9. It is plus or minus 3. I need to have two answers. Which means that what I'm going to do is that B is equal to 3 or B is equal to negative 3. These are the answers. So this one and this one here. These are the two answers that I need to have. So these are the two answers that you need to get. These are the two answers. Have you seen? Just like that. These are the two answers. B is equal to 3 or B is equal to negative 3. That's how you answer that one. We move to the other one. Move to this question. This is question 17. So we move to question 17. The first question, so just go straight to the question. Explain why AD is the diameter. So The reason why AD is the diameter. What's the reason why AD is the diameter? So the reason why it is a diameter, when you check ACF, AC, have you seen ACF? The angle there, it is what? The angle there, it is 20. When you check this other one, so all the angles which have been formed, when you check this one, when you say AEF, AEF is also 20. Have you seen? This is also what? This is also 20. Then you check this one which we are given here, which is FCD. FCD is equal to what? FCD. Have you seen? What are you given? FCD. So F is here. Where is F? F, the C that is there, and the D that is there. What is the answer there? So if you check, we've got this one that is here. So all the angles, if I check this one goes there, it comes here. I go to this F is here. So it is this one goes there, then it comes there. Have you seen? So since this part here, this one like that, this goes there, then here I've got, I'm saying that it is 20 there. So if it is 20 there, so this part here will be what? Will be 70. So this part here will be a 70. But I'm only interested in those that are giving me what? That are giving me 20. So this one will not give me 20. So what I'm going to do is that since these two, this one here, it is giving me a 20. This one also is giving me a 20. These two are giving me a 20. So ACD. So when I say ACD, so it means ACD. So I'm going to move. So the question is saying is explain. So when you check these two, ACD, where is ACD? ACD. Have you seen ACD? ACD, you are given this one, ACD. ACD is a what? Is a semicircle. So ACD, we've got this one, ACD. Have you seen ACD? It is A is here, C there, D. This angle here, ACD, when you check this one, ACD is equal to what? ACD. The angle which is formed with the diameter. So the reason why it is a diameter, because the angle ACD, this one, the angle there, it is equal to what? It is equal to 90. And if I check, also this one here, when I say DEA, have you seen this? I want to clarify that this DEA, what is the answer? E. What is the angle at E? It is what? 90. Because it is being formed with this radius. Have you seen? It is being formed with this diameter, not radius, diameter. This is a diameter. So it is being formed with this diameter here. All the angles formed there are what? All the angles formed there are 90. So this one goes there, 90. Also this one there, then there, it is what? It is 90. So all these are 90, 90, 90, just like that. So the angle here, this is 20. Even there, I'm going to have a 20. So this one that is being formed here, this one here, and this only that one. So that's how you need to do them. So showing that these two are what? Is a diameter. So meaning that AD is a diameter, because this one is equal to 90 and that one is equal to 90. So this is what you need to do. This is what you just have to do and understand. So the reason why that one is a diameter, because this one ACD is equal to 90 and DEA is equal to what? Equal to 90. You can just give that as your reason. Then you've also indicated that part there. Then the question here, find ACF. ACF is equal to what? What I'm just from saying ACF there. It is what? 20 degrees. What I'm just from explaining, so you can't fail this one. Let's make sure we get the concept. So DEF, DEF, how can you find that one? DEF, have you seen? DEF. So what you're going to do, you know that DEA, this angle, there's a 90 degrees here. Now you add this 30 that is here. So what will be your answer? 90 plus, the 20, this is a 20. You add this 20 that is here, 90 plus 20, you're going to get what? 110. So that's the 110 degrees that is there. So you've answered these two questions. That's how you need to answer them, just like that. We move to the other part. We move to this question that is here. This is the question which we are given. I'm given this question, and how can I answer this question? How can I answer this question? How can I go about this question? So what am I given? What am I given? What am I given? In the triangle PQR below is right angled at R, where QR is equals to 4 centimeters and tan what? There P. We are given the P there. So you know that whenever we are talking about tan, when I say tan, I will say tan P there is equal to what? Opposite over adjacent. Have you seen? So I'm using SOHCAHTOA. I'm using what? SOHCAHTOA. This is what I'm using. SOHCAHTOA. This is what I'm using, which is SOHCAHTOA. So when I'm taught to find sine, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan is opposite over adjacent. This is what you need to get and understand. These are terms that you need to know. So which means that if the opposite is the what? What is the opposite? The opposite is the what? The 4 here. Opposite 4. Then adjacent 3. So which means this is the 3. 3 is here. I've got a 3 there. Have you seen the 3 which is there? I've got a 3 which is there. That is my 3. Then the hypotenuse, I don't know the hypotenuse. I don't know the hypotenuse. But the question is what? The question is telling me to find sine Q. Is sine Q. Q there, Q. So sine Q. Q is there. So I say sine, it is, I need to use this one. So I need, what am I supposed to say? I need to say sine what? I need to say sine, I'm going to say Q, angle Q is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite, what is my opposite? Opposite to this one, which is 3 over. What is hypotenuse? I calculate the hypotenuse, which I'm not given there. Which method am I going to use? I'm going to use what? I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. That's what I'm going to use. So I know that using Pythagorean theorem is that this one is what? I'm going to say x squared is equal to I square this 3 squared plus 4 squared. I add this. So which means I'm going to have x squared is equal to, this is what? This is 9 plus 16, it's 25. Square root of 25x is equal to 5. So meaning here I've got a 5. So I just need to put a 5 there. I was looking for the hypotenuse. So that is the 5 which is there. So this is how I need to answer this question. This is how you need to work out this question. I move to part B, which is saying, so this is my part B. It's saying the ratio of the surface areas of two cubes is 16 and 25. What is their volume? What is the volume of the smaller cube if the volume of the larger cube is 500 centimeters cubed? So these are the areas, which is what? 16 to what? To 25. So areas, you find the square root. You find the square root of that. That is 4 to what? 4 to 5. So this is their original surfaces. This is the original. So this is the original now. This is the original. But we are taught to find what? What are we taught to find? we are told to find their volumes, so you cube them. Say cube. So what is 4 cubed? When you say 4 cubed, what are you going to get? 4 times 4 times 4, you're going to get 64. To what? What is 5 cubed? 5 cubed is 125. This is what you are going to do. Then you want to find the volume of the smaller. Smaller is this one, x. If this one is 500, like this, this is what you're going to do. So when you reach here, then you do what? You cross multiply. You just need to cross multiply. So what is x times 125? You're going to get 125x, which is equal to, so what answer you if you multiply there? You're going to get 32,000. This is what you're going to get, 32,000. You divide both sides by 125. You divide both sides by 125. So this cancelled. X will now be equal to what? X will now be equal to 256 centimeters cubed. So that is your what? Your answer. That's how you need to calculate that one. It is what? It is 256 centimeters cubed. That's how you need to calculate. Then you move to the question 19. So we move to question 19. Question 19. So question 19, what is question 19 saying? Question 19 saying a businessman bought 300 shares, 300 company shares at what? At 60 kwacha. The nominal price was what? Was 30 kwacha. How much did he pay for the shares? How much did he pay? He bought these for what? For 300 company shares at 600. Then they're telling you this is just the nominal price. Then how much did he pay for the shares? Same money. It's just a 60 what? 60 kwacha. Just need to do that. So just what? A 60 kwacha. So I move to the other one, which is the B, 19B. So 19b is saying the equation of a straight line L is given by this. Find the equation of the line passing through these points and perpendicular to line L. So what you need to do is that you've got your line L, which is 2y is equal to 4x minus 5. This is what you are given. That is what we are given. So how can we go about that? How can we go about that one? What we are going to do is this. This is what I'm going to do. So I find the gradient of this. I just need to find the gradient. So the gradient, I divide both sides by 2, by 2, by 2. So that I have y is equal to, this one into that one is 2x minus 5 over 2. So the gradient is this one that is attached to the x, which is what? Which is a 2. So gradient is what? Gradient is 2. Since I'm now told to find, according to the question, I want to find the equation of the line passing through this point, which is perpendicular. Perpendicular meaning I need to say m1 times m2. I need to get negative 1. I need to find gradient 2, which I'm going to use. I'm going to use gradient 2 to find the equation of the line. So what is my m2 here? So m1 I know is 2. m2 is equal to negative 1. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. Which means that I'm going to have m2 as what? Negative 1 over 2. This is what I'm going to get. Then I just write the equation of a straight line. So the general equation of all straight lines, it is y minus y1 is equal to m open bracket x minus x1, just like that. So this is the coordinate. This is x1, this is y1, that coordinate. So y minus, what is my y1? 3, which is equal to, what is my gradient? My gradient is what? Negative 1 over 2, open bracket x minus, what is my x1? x1, it is negative what? Negative 2. Since there is a negative here, it becomes a positive, like that. This 3 will go to the other side. Y is equal to negative 1 over 2x. Then this times that, the 2 cancelled, I'm just going to have negative 1. Then plus what? Plus 3. So if I say negative, this was half. So I said half multiplied by 2. 2 cancelled. That's how I was finding 1 as the answer. So that's what I'm supposed to do. These are the procedures that I need to put into consideration. So I say now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say now, y is equal to, so y is equal to what? Negative 1 over 2 x. Then here I'm going to get plus 2. That is the what? That is the answer now. So that is the answer that I need to find here. That is the answer, which is the equation of the line passing through that, and it is perpendicular to that one there. So that's how I need to go about this question. These are procedures that you need to put into consideration. So let's make sure that we put all these into consideration. So let us move to the next question. I move to the next question, this question which is here. So what is the question saying here? The question is saying how many lines, how many planes of symmetry has the cone? So a cone has got a lot of what? Countless number of planes of symmetry. So it has countless. So that one is just countless. So just put what? Countless number of planes of symmetry. That's the one there. That's how you need to do it. Countless. So it is what? Countless. Then we move to this part here. This part. So that one there, it's countless. Just a countless number of planes of symmetry. I move to this question here. So what am I told here? I'm told the question is saying here, this is the question. The diagram below is an incomplete program flowchart to calculate the curved surface area S of a cone with a base R and slant height L. Complete the flowchart below by writing appropriate statements in the blank symbols. So here, have you seen what I need to do? I just need to say enter. You enter what? You are entering. So you are entering what? You are entering L and the slight height here. The radius and the slight height. Like that. That's how we are doing. Then you write the formula. Which formula are you going to say? You are going to say process. So what are you processing here? You are processing pi. Then you say like this, pi. You say S now is equal to, you say pi times 7 times what? Times 14. This is what you are going to do. So just put those, you are processing this, the radius times the slant height. Have you seen? This is what you have to do. This is what you need to understand. Have you seen? So you process. So here you can just say it is what? Pi R squared, then the slant height, like that. Have you seen? Like that. So if this is the radius, so you're saying the radius, so just needs to remove this. Remove this, then put just this. Say pi R squared L, like that. That's how you need to do it. So then you are done here. Nothing like doing those things. Then you are done here. This is how you need to go about that part. So that's a simple part that you need to put into consideration. So then let us now, we've got this question here. We've got this is our question here. This question is falling under linear programming. So this is a linear programming question. This is a linear programming question. So let us see how we are going to answer this one. Now answer this question. How can we go about this one? The question is saying, write down the 4 inequalities that define the unshaded region R on the diagram below. This is the question which you are given. How can you answer it? How can we answer this question? So the first thing you need to do is to name these inequalities. You name them. So you are going to say that this inequality here, this is your inequality 1. So I'm going to say this is my inequality 1. This one here that is coming like this, I'm going to say this is my inequality 2. That is what I'm going to do. Then this one here, this is my inequality 3. So I'm going to say this is my inequality 3. This one here, this is my inequality 4. This is what I'm going to do. This one that is like this. So I start with my inequality 1. So where is my inequality 1 in this diagram? Where is my inequality 1? My inequality 1 is this one here. So forming how to find the inequalities that as long as a line is like this, whenever a line is making a slope like this, then it is different with these other ones. This one, you answer it differently. So what you are going to do is this. We are going to say, we are going to get a coordinate that is there and the coordinate that is there, because these are the two coordinates that are visible. If you want, you can get a coordinate that is there. As long as you are able to see it, there is no problem. So I'm going to get these two coordinates. When I get these two coordinates, then I find the gradient. This is what I'm going to do. So that is the procedures I'm going to do. So what is the coordinate here? This is 0, negative 2. 0, negative 2, I do this. And I've got another coordinate which is there. I've got a coordinate there. So what's the coordinate there? That is 2, 0. I do that. I find the what? I find the gradient. So I need to find the gradient. Where I say x1, y1, x2, y2, like this. So find the gradient. Gradient is equal to m2 minus m1 over x2 minus x1. This is the formula for what? For the gradient. That is the formula that we use. Then you say this is equal to, so what is your x2? 0. I mean y2. y2 0 minus, what is your y1? Negative 2. Since here there is a negative, so it becomes plus 2, which is over x2, it is 2 minus 0. Where this is now equal to 2 divided by 2. Then finally, you've got your gradient as 1. Your gradient is what? Your gradient is 1. So after you find the gradient now, then you just write the equation, general equation of all straight lines, which is what? Y minus y1 is equal to m, open bracket, x minus x1. Then you substitute. This is what you are going to do. So you substitute where you're going to say y minus, what is your y1? y1 was negative 2. Since here there is a negative, so plus 2, which is equal to gradient, it is 1, open bracket, x minus, what is your x1? x1, what is your x1? What is your x1? You check, what is your x1? Your x1 here is what? Your x1, you check, what is your x1? x1 here, x1, what is your x1? 0. So you put a 0 there. This is what you're going to do. This y, this plus 2 will go to the other side of the equation. So we're going to have y is equal to 1 times x, it is x. 1 times 0, it is 0. So no need of writing the 0. When this one comes here, it's going to be negative 2. Like this. This is what I'm going to do. So this is a boundary line of that. So as you can see, this line is what? Is dotted. This line is dotted. If this line is dotted, what I need to do now, I know that when a line is dotted, it either use this one or I use that one. If a line is dotted. So since the line is dotted, which part have they shaded? They've shaded the down part. So I need to get the upper part. So I'll say y greater than x minus 2. This is my first inequality. So I've written my first inequality. This is how I need to do it. So this is my first inequality. So since I've written down my first inequality, I move to the other one. So second, which one did I say is my second? This is the first one. Second, you go to your diagram. This was the second one here. So I'm going to write them separately, but in an exam, you're supposed to write them very well, and you need to arrange them properly. So this is, have you seen the way this line is? It is cutting the what? the y at 6. So that is what? Y is equal to 6. So is it dotted or solid? It is solid. So when it is solid, we use greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Have you seen these are the two inequalities that we use whenever it is solid? So which part have they shaded? They have shaded the upper part. They have shaded the what? The upper part. So since they have shaded the upper part, we need to get the rest. So this is y less than or equal to 6. This is your second inequality. I move to my third inequality. Where is my third inequality? My third inequality is here. This is my third inequality. This one is only cutting the x-axis at what? At x is equals to 4. This is a 4. So that one is x is equal to 4. Have you seen which part have they shaded? Upper part, and it is a solid. Here numbers are increasing. So this part they have shaded, numbers are doing what? Increasing. Numbers are increasing. So this is the greater than. So I get the lesser part. This is a solid. So x less than or equal to 4. This is my third inequality. Then I move to my last inequality. This is my last inequality. Have you seen the way it is? This is a dotted. Then it is passing at 1. Y is, x. It is passing at x. Like this, it is x. So x is equal to -1. I've got negatives here. X is equal to -1. They have shaded here. Numbers are reducing. So if numbers are reducing, I need to get the greater part here, which they have not shaded. So it's x greater than so greater than, just this is a solid, so greater than -1. This is the inequality. This is the inequality I need to get. So x greater than -1. These are the four inequalities. We've got this one here. I've explained how I was finding this one. We've got this one here. We also have this one here. You have also this one here. You need to learn how to find that one. We also have this one that is here. We have this one that is here. So you need to know how to find all these that I'm putting down here. Let us move to the next question. So when a line is making a slope like this, so each time a line is making a slope, these are the calculations that you need to do. The same calculations that I was doing, you find the coordinates that are along the same line. After you find those, then you calculate the gradient. The gradient, you write the general equation of all straight lines, just like that. So let us move to the other question. Let us move to the other question that we are doing. This is the question that we are going to start now. This is the question that we want to answer. So how can we answer this question? It is saying if y is equal to that, if y is equal to that, have you seen? If y is equal to that, then the question is saying find the values of x for which y is equal to what? For which y is equal to -2. So y is equal to what? -2. So where there is y, you put -2. Here where there is y, you put -2. So what you are going to have is, you are going to have this thing. You are going to say, you are going to have -2 is equal to, open bracket, 1 minus 2x, then 1 plus x, then minus 2. This -2 will come this other side. So what are we going to have? We are going to have -2 plus, when it crosses plus, which is equal to 1 minus 2x, then I'm going to have 1 plus x, like this. This one will give me a 0. So it is just the same as 1 minus 2x, then I say 1 plus x, which is equal to what? Equal to 0. This is what I'm going to have. So with this now, I solve this one, I equate to 0. 1 minus 2x is equal to 0. Or what? 1 plus x is equal to 0. I do this. So then I solve. How can I solve this? I say this one just the same as -2x is equal to -1. So when this one crosses -1 over -2 over -2, so then x is equal to 1 over 2. This is the first answer. The second answer will be x is equal to, when it goes that other side, it becomes 0 minus 1, so -1. So these are the two answers that we need to get. These are the two answers that we need to find. So let us now go to this one that is here. We move to this question that is here. So the question is saying, the first question, this is the first question. So how is the first question saying? Find the coordinates of the points where the curve cuts the x-axis. So where the curve cuts the x-axis, what curve are we given? We've got a curve there. This is the curve y is equal to x minus 2, like this. This is what we are given. So what I'm going to do with that now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get this same equation and equate it to what? To 0. This is what I'm going to do. And equate to what? Equate to 0. So I'm going to say, I know that a coordinate that is here, a coordinate that is there, that is what? X, comma, y, I know that it is 0. Here I know a coordinate that is there, that is 0, 0. It is known. So I just need to find a coordinate where it cuts the x-axis there. So I get the equation x minus 2, then equate to what? Equate to 0. This is what I'm going to do. So when I equate to 0, I solve this. So this will be x is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So if I solve this, x is equal to 2. So I found that the x is equal to 2. Where x is 0 is that one that give me 0, 0. So here the x there, it is a 2. So which means where it cuts the x-axis, so find the coordinates of the points where the curve cuts the x-axis. It is what we say there, it is 2, 0. This is 0, 0. So therefore the answer is what? 0, 0 and 2, 0. Have you seen? These are the coordinates. This is what you need to do. Solve the equation. So this is where it is cutting that what? That curve. The x-axis, where it is cutting the x-axis. It is cutting the x-axis at 2, 0, here 2, 0, and at 0, 0. That's where it is cutting the x-axis. You can answer this. So now you move to this other one. So this question is saying, find the minimum value of the function. How do you find the minimum value of the function? On the turning point, you get the value of y. That can be either the minimum or the maximum. So what you're going to do is that you've got the equation y is equal to, so if I multiply here, it will be what? If I get to multiply, it will be x squared minus 2x. This is the equation, just one and the same. So if you get this one, x times x, x squared, x times 2, that is 2x. So it is just the same as this one that is here. These two are just the same. So now how can I go about this? I say this is my a. My a is what? My a is 1. What is my b? My b is -2. Then what is my c? What will be my c? My c, I don't have it, is a 0. How do I find the turning point? Find the value of x, which is -b over 2a. This is what I'm going to do. Where I'm going to say this is equal to -b. This one is a negative. There's a negative, so it's going to be 2 over 2 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 2 over 2. Then definitely the answer is what? The answer is 1. This is what I'm going to do. So meaning that in the equation now, where there is x, that's where I'm going to put 1. So I can say y is equal to, I can go with this one here, the way it is in the question, the way it was given like this. I'll still find the same answer. So when I substitute the values, I can go with this. There is no problem. I'll still find the same answers. So what I need to do here now, I get this one, I find y. Where there is I'll go with this one. It's this one and that one. It's just one and the same. Which the one that is given in the question and this one, when you substitute where there is x, you put 1, you still find the same answer. So it's 1 squared minus 2, 1, which is equal to 1 minus 2, where y is equal to negative 1. So that is the value, minimum value. So this is what? Minimum value. This is your minimum value. You do this. This is your minimum what? Minimum value. That's how you calculate the minimum value. So that's the minimum value of the function. Y is equal to negative 1. That's how you calculate that one. Then if you were taught to find the turning point, so if you were taught to find the turning point, what you're going to do is this. You say turning point is now equal to, so the first value of x was 1, then this one was negative 1. So this is also your turning point. So on your turning point, some questions will be taught to find the turning point. The same procedures I did, you just need to get this now. Say turning point is this. Where this one is called the minimum value of y. It can be the minimum value or the maximum value. This one is called the line of the symmetry. So when you are taught to find the equation of the line of the symmetry, you just say x is equal to 1. This is the equation of the line of the symmetry. Maybe if you are taught to find that, this is called equation of the line. So equation of the line of the symmetry. This is what you need to do. So say equate that. So this one can be minimum or maximum. That's how you need to answer that one. Let us now go to the last question now. So we go to our last question. This is our last question. Then we are done. This is our last question. This is our last question. Then we are done. So how can we answer this question? What is it saying? The question is saying the diagram below shows a speed time graph of a car journey. So speed time graph of a car journey. Then the first question, this is how it was moving. It was moving like that. Then it's saying find the acceleration during the first 5 seconds. You want to find the acceleration during the first 5 seconds. How can you find the acceleration during the first 5 seconds? You write the formula for the acceleration. You say acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial over time. This is what you're going to do. Why you say acceleration is equal to what is your final velocity? It was starting from here, ending there. So that is your final velocity, which is what? 30. So 30 minus 0 over the time is what? During the first 5 seconds. So put 5 there, which is equal to, you say 30 over 5. What is your answer? 6 meters per second squared. This is the what? Acceleration. This is how you need to answer it. So you answer it in that way. This is how you need to answer such a question. So now I move to this other one here. So here it is saying if the total distance covered, have you seen? The question is saying if the total distance covered was 825 meters, find the value of t. They want you to calculate now the value of t. How can you calculate the value of t? You can calculate this in 2 ways. Where you do this, you find the total distance it moved, the first here. You moved the first distance here, it covered. So where you are going to do this, where here this is a triangle, have you seen? So I'm going to write it there for a triangle. So that is half BH, that is the formula. So I say half times base. What is the base here? The base is 5 times height. What is the height? The height is 30, like this. So I know that this into that it is what? 15. 2 into 30 it is 15. 15 times 5, what am I going to get? 75. So I'm going to get what? 75. So 75 meters. So the first part here, this is 75 what meters. I move to this one. This is a what? What do I call this? This is a rectangle. I find the formula for the rectangle. So how do I find the formula for the rectangle? I say L times B, like this. So what is the length here? This is 5, this is 15. So what is the length there? What is the length? The length there, it is 10. 15 minus 5, 10 times, going up there, it is 30. So these two, it is what? 300 meters. 300 meters. Have you seen? So this one was 75, this one was 300. So when you add these two, you are going to get what? 375 meters. So 375 meters, it is the distance it covered from here to there. Which means that from this one, which is given, because I want to find this one, so I'll just concentrate on this triangle here, the last one. So I say, I'm going to say 80, 25 minus what? 375. What is the answer? This is what I'm going to do. 825 minus 375. What is the answer? The answer is what? 450. 450 meters. So this 450 meters, it is the distance it covered in this triangle. So here I've got what? 450 meters. That's the 450 meters I have. So now I'm going to use this one here. The one that is here, and this is a triangle. So I'm going to use the formula for the triangle, where I'm going to say distance is equal to half BH. What is the distance? 450 meters. So I won't include the units. I'll just say 450. So just calculate 450, which is equal to half times, what is the base? The base is t minus 15. The base is t minus what? 15. I do this. What is the height? I check the height from here to there. That is 30. So I say what? 30. I'm just going to say 30. That is a 30. So I know that is 450, which is equal to, there it is 1. Have you seen? There it is 15. So 15 is, it is 15 times 1. It's 15 open bracket t minus 15, like this. Then I say 450 is equal to 15 times t. It is 15t. Then I say minus what? What am I going to have? So 15 times 15, what am I going to have? 225. So this is a 225. I group right terms. I say 450 plus what? Plus 225 is equal to 15 t. So I'm going to use this t here. This is what I'm going to do. So I say, when I add there plus what? Plus 450. What answer am I going to get? I'm going to get what? I'm going to get 675, which is equal to 15t. I divide both sides by 15. I divide both sides by 15. What answer am I getting there? So this one and that one cancelled. So t now is equal to what? The value of t is equal to 45. So t is what? 45. So the value of t is 45. This is how you need to calculate. So you've calculated that one. So since they were using a capital letter T, you can just conclude. You follow what they are doing. You say T is equal to what? 45. Capital letter T is equal to 45, like that. So these are the procedures that you are going to do. Then you move to the last question. What is the last question saying? The last question is saying, find the average speed for the whole journey. So you know that average speed is equal to distance over time. You do this. Where average speed is equal to what is the distance covered? It was given 80, 25. Then the total distance, it was what? The t that you from calculating there, which is 45. So I'm going to say over 45. So average speed now is equal to what? So when I divide there, what answer are you going to get each time that you divide. What answer are you going to get? So you say 825, then you divide by 45. What are you getting? What are you getting? So this one, this 45 can go into that number, can go into that 18 times remainder 1 over 3. Then you just say meters per seconds, like this. You are not using any calculator, so it is fine to leave your answer like that. Then you are done. Have you seen? So this is just the, when we write this, this is approximately what? So this is whenever we want to write this, this is approximately like we say that is what we said 825, then divided by 45. What did we get? This one. So this one, it is approximately 8.333, like that, 8.33. So you can say 8.33, just one and the same, or you can just end here. It is fine and okay. So this is what you need to do. So this is how we are going to end this. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure we subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much.